Oh my goodness, it's you. I'm so happy you're here because it's me, IndieAnnieJones, and we are crafting. I love to craft and share wonderful, whimsical, sparkly ideas for crafting for all the seasons and for every day. So let's see what magical ideas I can come up with for you today. Today I'm baking up a storm at the Gingerbread Baking Company. I am part of this wonderful collaboration with my friend Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World, Melissa of Melissa Makes It DIY, Hot Mess Crafting, Sunflower Tasha DIY, and together we have come up with some wonderful, whimsical gingerbread decor ideas for your Christmas. Let's see what we get to baking today. Let's go! For today, I'm going to use one of my favorite products, and it's called foam clay. And yes, it comes in this beautiful gingerbready brown color. Now, this is a trick. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I try to use plastic containers or plates to try to match up with the colors that I'm working with. So if it's, scrapbook paper, or in this case, I'm using clay, I wanted to mix up some paint so that I can paint some dowels and that little column that you see right there for my project. So what I usually do is just use the little paper plate, or the plastic plate, or in this way a dish, and try to match it as closely as I can to my product. And I'm telling you, if you've never used foam clay, this is your time to start. I think you will be so happy using that foam clay, and if you're interested, it's in my Amazon store, and you can see the link right down below. Now I'm using these are cake columns, actually wedding cake columns that I bought on clearance, and I decided to use it for my project here today. And what I also added, just to give it a little bit more of a gingerbread texture, is I added some cinnamon. Not only did that add some color, it also added some delicious smells, so at least my project will smell like cinnamon. It's not gingerbread, but hey, it's close. And it also added a little bit of texture as well, so it looks more gingerbready. Now I'm wondering if you can guess at this point what it is that I am making. As you can see right there on the side, that red little bowl is actually an umbrella. It's an umbrella that I bought at Dollar Tree. It's like a sun umbrella for your Barbie dolls or what have you. It's really, really cute. But when I saw it, that's what sparked my creativity. So I'm wondering if you can guess what it is that I am making with that umbrella. So what I'm doing with the clay here, I did add just a little bit of cornstarch. It was a little too much, but that's okay. I just brushed it off with that paintbrush, as you saw. Now I am adding the clay to this umbrella and just fitting it as best as I can to this shape, molding it to this shape. If you've never worked with foam clay, this was such a fun clay to use. I think a couple of you have started using foam clay because I've suggested it. But if you seriously want to create some gingerbread decor, think about it. You don't even have to paint it. Look at that. It is a perfect gingerbread color. So I'm just preparing this top portion of my project. Now in today's video, I'm not doing a lot of different projects. I'm just doing a lot of parts for one big project. So here, if you can see, I'm just, freehand drawing an item that I need for my project. And I couldn't find a cookie cutter that looked like a horse. You see what I'm coming up with? But I did have a beautiful little kitty cat. She is adorable. This is Luna, if you haven't met her before. And I've learned that if I have my cat containment units or Dollar Tree storage boxes on my desk while I craft, they're very happy to just sit in their little boxes and watch me craft. So as you saw, I just created a little horsey. And again, I just freehand drew that, but I'm sure you can find an outline of a horse. It could be a unicorn, it could be anything you like, and you'll see what I'm going to use that for next. Now I am taking one of those styrofoam circles that you can get, or discs I should say, that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and I'm covering it up with this clay, the foam clay, because obviously this is going to be the base of my project. And here once again I'm just brushing off the excess and trying to smooth out the top of my base. If you don't know what it is already, I'm sure you know. I am creating a carousel. Never made a gingerbread carousel before, but I said, hey, let's make something fun and cool. And yeah, I've seen the big gingerbread carousel that they have in Disney. I think it's in Walt Disney World. And I remember they had this giant gingerbread carousel. Now, I think it was made out of plastic or clay, and they just painted it to make it look like gingerbread. Now here I am cutting out my little horsies. I am going to use 3 for this project, and here you can just cut it out. I should have used a knife. Later on, I realized that if I just let the clay sit for a little bit, I can use a scissor, and it was so much easier, and the edges were so much more precise. But for now, you can see me cutting it out. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. And it just looks so nice. Again, this material just looks like gingerbread already. So we're halfway there. Do you decorate your house or your Christmas tree with gingerbreads? Do you decorate your kitchen or your island in your kitchen, or maybe even your coffee area with gingerbread? I love it. I think it's so whimsical, and that's why I love when Jackie of Crafting in Mimi's World asked me if I wanted to join her with this special collaboration. I wanted to join in the open collaboration, but I just didn't have the time to finish this. But here I am sharing it once again with you. So thank you so much, Jackie. Now I'm cutting out these smaller cookies, and you'll see later on what I'm going to use them for. So I have these mini cutters, and I have a little gift and a star and a candy cane. I do have some more small cookie cutters, but these are the ones that I could find right away. And I know for a lot of people, it's hard to find Christmas stuff. Believe it or not, my Hobby Lobby still has not put out any of their Christmas supplies. But let's hope that in the next couple of weeks they do, because Christmas in July has come and gone, and they haven't posted anything. They haven't put anything in their display or stocked anything at all. So luckily I have a lot of stuff in my stash, thank goodness, that yeah, luckily I don't need to go out and get anything new. So here I am creating my icing. What am I using for icing? I am using caulking material that I get at the Dollar Tree, and there's a tiny little Luna nose that was very curious as to what I was doing. Now, as you can imagine, this is gonna have shabby chic colors. So I'm using this light pink green and this baby pink, and I think it's absolutely adorable, and it creates such a perfect cookie icing. I'm also using this puff paint. I don't know if you've ever used this fabric puff paint. It is perfect, especially for gingerbreads. It makes it look like icing, and it is so easy to use with that little nozzle. So as you can see, I am just separating the different parts of the gingerbread carousel top. Now here I am applying, and I'm just using one of those stirrer sticks, those wooden stirrer sticks that you use for coffee. And just as though it was frosting, I am frosting my little cookie horses. You know, it's so much fun to do because number one, you don't have to worry about gaining any weight, because I'll tell you one thing, it looks appetizing, but you take a taste of that caulking, believe me, you'll be like, no, that is not frosting. My friend almost did that. She came by and she was like, oh, are you frosting cookies? I'm like, no, that's caulking material. That's what you use in your bathroom. You don't want to put that in your mouth. It looks pretty, but no, don't do that. So be careful with the kids. And like I said before, look at these, once they're dry and they're hardened, look at these horses. They look like cookies. Don't tell me they don't look like real honest to God cookies. So if you get a chance, you know, splurge on yourself, especially if you want to make your own gingerbread ideas. This is the best way to go because you'll save time. And it, you know, even if you mix clay with the paint, it never is completely mixed in and you don't have to get all messy. And this is wonderful. And what's even better about this foam clay, I know you must think, am I sponsored by foam clay? No, I'm not at all. Not sponsored by foam clay at all. But what I love about it is that it's also very, very lightweight. So you don't have to worry about it. If you have a natural tree, you can create these cookies and they won't weigh down on your tree, branches. You can put them anywhere. You can make, banners out of it, everything. And here all I'm doing is these little embellishments that you'll see later. I'm going to add them to the base of my merry-go-round. Now, once again, I'm going to use that white puffy paint that you use on t-shirts for fabrics. And as you would for a normal, regular cookie, I'm just outlining it with that white puffy paint. And that just adds more to the decor. It just really makes it look legit, like a cookie. I mean, seriously, I love this. I hope you like this too. I hope you can feel the enthusiasm and excitement in my voice whenever I get to do these projects, because, it's not like I do these projects just for myself, just because I want a merry-go-round. I do them for you because I love it when you get excited. I love it when you get inspired, and I love to give you ideas and inspirations and think outside of the box and get those creative juices flowing. I mean, some people always tell me, well, I'm not really creative, I'm not that crafty, and it drives me insane because I know that, one of the things that's inherent in our hearts is to create. Okay, stop talking about all this stuff now. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay, so here I am adding some Epsom salts instead of like icing sugar. Epsom salts work very well, and it gives a nice snowy kind of sparkly glow. So last time I think I did the using borax and crystallizing some roses, and now I am using Epsom salt. So you can be very creative. Now see, I used these little ones with icing, that the piping again, and I added these little plastic flowers that I bought that were on clearance. Oh my goodness, look at the two of them. They're getting into a bit of a fight there, the two little kitties. Oh my goodness. All right, we're getting distracted with the kitty cats. So here I am just finishing up all of these embellishments that I'm going to use on the base of my merry-go-round. These are really easy to do once again. And again, you can decorate this any way you like. You can just make them gingerbread men. I didn't have a little gingerbread men, but that would have been really cute as well. Again, it's just giving you the inspiration. And let me tell you, all of you have given me so much inspiration week after week after week after week. So I thank you all again, and I'm getting so close to hitting 20,000. So hopefully that'll be my Halloween or my Christmas gift this year, is hitting 20,000 subscribers. I really appreciate all of you getting the word out. And if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe so you can get more wonderful ideas. Now here I am icing my hat. No, it's not a hat. It's the top of the merry-go-round, but are you kidding me? I want to make myself a gingerbread hat. You know that's going to happen. You've got to stay tuned, but now I feel like I need to make a gingerbread fascinator somehow. I mean, I have a butterfly one. I have gingerbread shoes, and I'll link that right here. Now I need a hat to go with my shoes and maybe a purse, so who knows? Maybe I'll come up with that next. So again, I really enjoyed icing, wink wink, with the caulking, but I had so much fun creating this Miss Merry-Go-Round. And again, I am using that super fine glitter just to give it a little sparkle and shine. For this next step, you have to have your dowels ready, and by this time your horsies should be dry, should be solid. They shouldn't be too, wobbly. So I usually let it dry overnight to make sure everything is nice and strong. And excuse me, cat. Oh, excuse me. Okay, thank you. My goodness, crafting with cats, I'm telling you. Oh, and there comes the little tail again. So I'm using a little bit of E6000 and of course some hot glue just to keep it in place. I use the E6000 because I know that will be a more long-lasting and secure way to glue this, and of course the hot glue to keep it in place right now. And there's a little kitty paw there in the corner as well. Again, I apologize for all the glitches. I don't know, I might need to get a new camera, so let's hope I don't have to. Maybe I can fix it. So now I'm going to affix these horses to that styrofoam base. As you can see there, I just opened the hole. I added a little bit of that Dollar Tree E6000. I call it Dollar Tree E6000. It's the same thing. and I just place my little horses where I want them to be. I possibly could have added 4 horses, but I thought it would be too crowded. I think 3 is more than enough. Now I have to say that last little horse I made, I don't know if you can see it there, but there was one horse that was a little too thin, so it got a little too bendy, and it wasn't, you know, flat, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It wasn't completely flat. So there you go. That's the beginning of my merry-go-round. Now I did get a candle stand because I thought it needed to be elevated a little more. I'm still adjusting there. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I put clay at the top as well. So there's the candle stand that, once again, I got it from Dollar Tree. And maybe I should have painted it. You tell me, what do you think? Should I go back and paint that candle stand to look like a gingerbread, or is it fine just white? I just wanted to make sure that it was, you know, well secured to the gingerbread merry-go-round. But I think it looks fine in white. What do you think? Next, using that caulking once again, I'm adding more icing, wink wink icing, to make it look like frosted icicles coming off of the top of that merry-go-round. And I think it just adds the perfect touch to this little merry-go-round. I really had so much fun creating this, and I can't wait to, you know, use these decorations for Christmas. Well, this is already up. I mean, I hate to tell you this is already up and it's up on top of my mantle. And as you can see at the bottom, I also included those little cookies and a little black kitty that has escaped her little box. But now let's see the final reveal. So if you caught my video last week, you'll remember that I created a whole bunch of stockings, Christmas stockings. And I still had this one in mind. I wanted to create a gingerbread stocking, so I thought it would be perfect for this gingerbread collaboration. All I did here was use some burlap that I already had on hand. Now you can buy fabric that color already, the gingerbread color. But I like using the paint simply because I can, you know, add different textures and shades and stuff. So once I put the stocking together, I had sewn it together, and again, it was just burlap that I painted. Now I'm using a fabric paint, again, the puffy fabric paint. It does take a little time to dry, but it is the best to make this kind of icing look for your gingerbread, whether it's a stocking, whether it's painted, whether it's a piece of wood or clay. And as you can see there, I had a whole bunch of different colors, and I tried to incorporate just like a pink and green to kind of match the colors that I created for my little carousel. I hope you like that carousel. I had so much fun making it. So all I'm doing here is just painting it in the way that I want to, and that's the same thing you can do. You can decorate it with buttons, or you can decorate it with like fake little candies. Now, unfortunately, once again, Hobby Lobby still doesn't have any Christmas stuff up in my store. So I don't know what the holdup is, because Christmas in July is already ending next week pretty much. So again, just create your stocking and decorate it in any way you want. You can use little gingerbread men, you can use whatever it is you like. But I think this is a cute addition to your gingerbread collection to have a gingerbread stocking on your mantle this year. I hope you try it out. Thank you once again to Jackie of Crafting in Mimi's World for this wonderful collaboration. She is definitely the queen of gingerbread Christmas decor. You have to check out her channel and all of these other wonderful crafters and their channels. They are so creative, and I am blessed to call them my friends. I'm also blessed to call you my friend. I can't thank you enough for spending some time with me. So I hope this has inspired you and gotten you excited for the Christmas holiday to come. As I always say, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure and make it a beautiful day today. I'll see you again soon.